I resigned as host of the BET Hip Hop Awards because not real. 2 Chainz said I've been monopolizing, so he said, "Yo, let me host. I know I could be a good host." I said, "You know what, my brother, you could be the host next year."
You passed the torch officially?
Yeah. The 2 Chainz. I mean, BET don't know that, but sidebar with 2 Chainz, he was like, "Yo, I really want to do that." I was like, "No question."
Before we begin the video, I want to thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content and want to help the channel grow. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Links to all of our social media are available in the description box below. So according to Fat Joe, he gonna step down from hosting the BET Awards, which he been doing for the last 2 years, so he can give 2 Chainz a shot at it. That's his reasoning. He say he gonna do it and he ain't even told BET yet. They ain't been in communication, but he feel he just want to do that for his brother. He feeling so brotherly all of a sudden after he done went on that podcast and talked to black people like they ain't shit. Now he want to call 2 Chainz his brother. 2 Chainz is a black American man. And I'm not sure if it's people from Atlanta exactly, but I'm sure it's people from somewhere down south. And I don't really want to speak for him politically, but just judging off his persona, 2 Chainz seem to be somebody that understand what racism is. And I damn sure don't think 2 Chainz would be out here talking about black American people didn't invent hip hop. He would totally be against what Fat Joe's saying. So I'm not buying that as no reasoning for why he's stepping down. If you ask me, BET fired his ass because of the backlash he getting on this internet. And it ain't, it shouldn't be such a stretch to believe that Fat Joe is lying, because that's all he do.
I worked on an album with Biggie. We cut about 5 songs together. He was like, "You the Latino Dawn, I'm the Black Dawn." And we was in that studio going crazy. He asked me the question, "Yo, Joe, what you think about Tupac and all that?" I said, "Yo, he's cool, but, if they step to me, it's gonna be some shit."
Yeah.
Tupac's locked up upstate in New York. The Puerto Ricans hear that, and they're, "Poppy, Tupac got beef with Fat Joe, yo." Tupac was like, "Yo, these Puerto Ricans is on me. Like, you said something in the radio. I don't got a problem with you, Joe. Like this, I know what's up, this. And so, we sent the kite out to the Puerto Ricans and be like, nah. There was these kids, right, that was killing everything in the Bronx. They was killing everything. One day, one of them asked to see me. I'm rapping already and all. I'm Fat Joe. And so I'm like, this to see me. So we go over there. We don't know what they want. So, we over there beyond strapped, right? So we go see him. So the guy starts talking to me and I'm like, "Oh, this is cool. He's actually looking out. Yo, Joe, be careful. If you got any guns, stash them. My guys in the feds telling me they're about to lock you up. Yo, Joe, the drugs, take you somewhere." I'm like, "Yo, bro, I rap." I keep trying to tell him, "Oh, I rap. But I don't sell drugs. The guns, put them away. They're gonna come. So he come in. 2 days later, the dude gets killed. They told me that. He gets killed. On the newspaper, they had the FBI's #1 informant. The guy had a wire on and was talking to me. They went and got their best one who could kill anybody talking to me to make me say, "Yo, I'm gonna stash the drug."
So right there, you can clearly see that this man ain't nothing but a fat-ass, bald-head liar. He talking about he making records with Biggie. He stopping Tupac from getting hit. He riding around. He the biggest drug dealer in the world. He got the whole CIA after him trying to set him up. I mean, you just can't make this up. It's no wonder he a damn rapper, because he's so good at telling stories. All Fat Joe really doing is showing his disdain for black American people. He really showing you that he hate us, he can't stand us, and he doubling down on it. Because if you truly believed in your heart that Latinos and blacks created hip hop together and you saw yourself as a part of this culture, it wouldn't be a big deal to just apologize. I mean, I could understand maybe initially you not knowing or understanding what the organization is about. I can understand if you don't necessarily agree with the organization. Hell, I don't necessarily agree with the organization. But when you see that you saying something that's negatively impacting these people, when you see that you getting such a backlash from it, when people trying to explain things to you and you know you calling people niggas, you calling people broke. I mean, if you on the street and this happened, both sides would easily be able to understand what the other side was coming from if y'all was face to face. And you would feel the need to apologize. But see, Fat Joe, he would rather pretend it didn't even happen. See, he still ain't came out and apologized. He really showing you that you don't matter. I don't even hear that shit and I'm going to go on with my life. I mean, that's how he wanted to come off. But as you can see, it's having a real effect. And that's where you got to give the FBA people they credit it. Because ain't no way you going to tell me that him, quote unquote, stepping down, which I really see as somebody pulling him by his shoulder and pulling him on his coattail and letting them know, look, man, either you could step down, you could resign, or we gonna fire your ass, because that backlash is real. Them FBA people all on that internet, everywhere you see them talking about Fat Joe ain't shit, and he don't respect us, and we boycotting him. We ain't buying his album. We ain't going to his shows. We boycotting Mal Hoffa, anybody who have him on the show. Man, look. It ain't but about 10 or 20 people watching the BET Awards anyway. And they probably black people, so BET can't afford that. You know, whether he want to act like it ain't true or not. Because like he say, he been doing the show the last 2 years. And let's be real. Fat Joe ain't got no career. Ain't nobody buying no Fat Joe ticket. The only way Fat Joe getting a show is if it's for some old 90s nostalgia, R&B / hip hop concert with people. You know, it's only a certain demographic going to see him. And he doesn't have any talent. Not like he can act or even speak well enough to do a podcast that anybody going to take seriously. So he need that BET Awards check. He can't afford to let that go. So for Fat Joe to turn a check down, you know it wasn't voluntary is what I'm getting at. And especially when you look at his audience, the few little people who will spend money with him, it's all 90s, early 2000s black people. That hip hop, that Fat Joe and Ashanti and Ja Rule, that whole little era of rap music. Them your only live fans. That's the only people care about what you're talking about. And you done dismiss them. Because trust me, it ain't no damn Puerto Ricans. It's not Puerto Ricans that's going to be tuning in to the damn BET Awards. So black people was even throwing you a check there. And you still can't apologize. I mean, even when you know your main gig is coming from the Black Entertainment Television, although we know we don't run that either. That ain't ours, which is really the issue. But still, he understand what that's about, and he still ain't apologized to black people. So Fat Joe don't deserve a damn thing, and I'm glad the FBA folks shut his ass down. Because he ain't no different than any business or corporation or really no other race of people. That's just how they do in America. See, whenever they start losing money and they need somebody to save them, they go find a black ass 2 Chainz somewhere. See, then they looking for somebody black then when it's time to get the people back on their side. But when it's time to get a credit for creating it or to make the big money off of it, it turns into a cause for multiculturalism. If that's the case, why don't Fat Joe go give Crazy Legs an opportunity to host a BET Award show? Why he don't ask Crazy Legs or some other Puerto Rican to save him? Because he know damn well don't nobody want to hear that shit. Don't nobody want to see that shit. And if you don't get black people to stamp it or approve it in some way, ain't nobody you ain't finna get no other group of people to spend no money on it. And that's all this is really about. So Fat Joe career probably over. And I think that's a good thing.